Hi, I'm Lindsay, founder of My Better Batch, and today we are making brown butter chocolate chunk cookies, the world's easiest brown butter chocolate chunk cookies, I might add. Now, this may sound fancy, and you may be wondering, how long am I gonna need to spend in the kitchen on this one? But let me promise you, this will be a breeze. Why? It's because we are using My Better Batch chocolate chunk cookie mix as the base for our cookies. Let's get baking. For this recipe, you'll need 1 box of My Better Batch chocolate chunk cookie mix, 1 large egg, and 6 tablespoons of unsalted butter. We're going to prepare our cookies according to the package instructions with 1 minor adjustment. Today, we'll be using brown butter. If you've never made brown butter before, it's really quite simple. Let me show you how. In a light-colored skillet over medium-high heat, brown 6 tablespoons of unsalted butter. As your butter heats, it will begin to melt and will begin to bubble and foam after a couple of minutes. You may even hear your butter crackle during this phase. Continue to swirl the pan and stir with a spatula, being careful not to allow the butter to burn. When your butter begins to boil, you'll see some small, solid particles at the bottom of the pan begin to turn golden brown and then into a deeper amber color. Once the butter turns amber brown, remove it from the heat and pour into a small bowl to allow to cool. In the base of a stand mixer, I'm going to add the chocolate chunk cookie mix, egg, and brown butter. Turn that mixer on medium-low speed and allow these ingredients to fully incorporate. Yep, it is really that simple. If you don't have a stand mixer or hand mixer available, have no fear. Combine all of these ingredients in a medium-sized bowl, stir, and then roll up those sleeves and hand knead the dough just like this. Your dough will be easier to mix or hand knead because we're using melted butter today versus softened butter. Use a cookie scoop or a spoon to scoop about 2 tablespoons of cookie dough onto a parchment-lined cookie sheet. Now that all of our cookie dough is scooped, we are just going to put this into the refrigerator for about 30 minutes before we put our cookies into the oven. Now that the cookie dough balls have chilled for about 30 minutes, they are ready to head into the oven that's been preheated to 375 degrees. I like to place my cookie dough about 2.5 inches apart on the cookie sheet to allow them to spread without touching. Our cookies will bake for about 9 to 11 minutes or until those edges are set and the top of the cookie no longer has a shiny appearance. For me, a slightly underbaked cookie is better than a slightly overbaked cookie, so I tend to start watching my cookies at about the 8 to 9 minute mark. Allow these cookies to cool for about 5 minutes before removing them from the baking sheet. I've got to say, these chocolate chunk cookies are absolutely delicious on their own, but when you add brown butter to them, it will elevate your cookie game. Our brown butter was so simple to make. It adds a rich color, a nutty, caramelized flavor. And let me just tell you that the aroma in my kitchen right now is sweet and buttery. Oh, I cannot wait to eat one of these. There is absolutely no way that anyone will know that this cookie came from a pre-made cookie mix. I created My Better Batch to simplify life and give everyone access to freshly baked, better than homemade cookies. Make sure you check out our website where you can see all 4 flavors of our cookie mix. You can also browse through recipes, baking tips, and inspiration. I'm Lindsay with My Better Batch. Thanks for joining me in the kitchen today.